preserving the integrity of the stream legally, I would like for to, hey, I got YouTube to work. I don't know how, but it did it. Maybe. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Wah! God, I'm fucking magic. I'm so good at this shit. Did y'all know how good at this I am? God, I'm incredible. Just look at me. Ugh. Were that I had lips to kiss myself. People using the Mariah Carey emote in Fortnite mid-June. Yeah, absolutely not. No. Another reason why I will never play Fortnite. Alright. So, we tried last time to make a little intro screen, a boiling screen, where we get the stream to boil, which is essentially like 5 minutes before the stream starts. I have this thing up so I can fuck around with stuff. The last one sucked, and I think it was because I was trying to like pick out sections of it and then like of the stove and then do it. I'm just gonna freehand draw over it. It's fine. It's fine. I don't actually have any real artistic talent. If any of you came here to watch somebody draw good or speak good or type good, you're in the wrong spot. Also, if you're watching on YouTube and you want to like say something to me, that's just too bad. YouTube doesn't want me to use the chat function, so don't know what to tell you. I don't know why I can't see the YouTube chat function in OBS. You know what? You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Let's just start to draw. Let's do that. And the first thing that we're going to do is set a reference layer. Reference. Bam. Done. All right. Next layer. We need a countertop. Use the Wacom that you bought, Pasta. Use the Wacom. Just do it. So on top of learning how to become a VTuber, so for those who don't know, my name is Pasta. That is short for Pastability. I have been a VTuber, or not a VTuber, a YouTuber, kind of, in that I did a lot of charity stuff back in the day. Some of you may know that. We raised money for Child's Play charity and World Builders and a few other charities that are eluding me right now. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. No. Okay, hold on. We gotta figure this out. Adjust angle after fixed. No. And I, hopefully very, very soon, will have a VTuber model. It will look something like what I'm about to draw for you all. Here's the pasta and the colander, and with the holes in it and some filigree up the top, and then we're gonna have a big pasta up here with big old meatball eyeballs, and then big swirly arms, and that's gonna be pasta. That's gonna be my VTuber. But I'm still working on the eyebrows, because when you do something without a mouth, well, if you do anything without an eyebrow thing, it's gonna be hard to express anything. Eyebrows do a lot of work, which is why like dogs evolved to have eyebrows, basically. As for your big honkin' badonkers, so here's the other plan. Step 1. Basic VTuber model. So like the little pasta guy that you just saw, this is V1. This is our V1, right? Okay, so we have our basic model, a non-standard VTuber model. As we all know, VTubers are typically big-breasted anime women, or not. Which, by the way, congratulations to Saba for her debut. Her model rules, and I'm very glad that she is indie, and we don't know her as anything else other than indie. She's brand new to the scene, and if anyone says otherwise on my chat, they're getting a timeout. Be cool. You could make the eyes sticking out of the pasta like being under a blanket. Okay, so there was a lot of debate for that. So like what we were thinking, like what I was thinking of doing was like a big, maybe like Tangela thing, and then having like the eyeballs be under that. There was consideration of it being like a plate of pasta. That's not a plate. What the fuck? Again, not a professional artist by any means, and I'm still learning how to make a Wacom or use a Wacom. So like have lots of sketty here and then the eyeballs here. Ultimately, I landed on wanting to do a colander because it gives me a lot of options. So like, yeah, the whole Tangela idea with like the eyeballs underneath, that was a good one for a while, but this is going to give me more opportunities to do things. But what it's also going to get me a chance to do is, let's use a calligraphy pen. I always like that one. Step 2. Sexy VTuber model. There we go. We're getting to that. We're getting to that, but you got me off track with the bahonkadonkas. The big booba. So now we're on that subject. So which one do you want? You want to know about the vintage stove, or you want to know about my sexy VTuber model? You know what? You don't get my sexy VTuber model no more. You don't get it. No, we're just gonna talk. Nope, we're just gonna talk about the stuff. No, I'm just kidding. So this idea here is we're going to have what is going to essentially be a chef daddy pasta. So I was really split on a lot of things. Did I want to start VTubing completely anonymously? Did I want to completely make up a Sona, draw it, make it, go completely anonymous? But after talking with Joe Hills, I kind of decided that maybe not have been the best option. It would have been a lot harder for me to get started. And I would lose a lot of the advantage that I've just kind of passively built up over the years of like charity streaming and all the friends that I made. Because I am trying to make this a career, which, by the way, I think I put it in the thing down there. I have a PayPal set up if you want to give me money so I can do this as a job. That'd be great. If you don't have any money, don't give me money. If you do have money, especially if you're rich, give me money. And if you're very wealthy and you can afford to give me money, but you don't, you should feel bad about it. Also, if you give me money, please tell me so I can go check, because I still haven't figured out how to do notifications to me for getting stuff. But anyways, yeah. So the idea is I'm gonna make a chef like VTuber, big shoulders, apron, you know, the hat, the whole 9 yards. It's gonna look a lot like, let's see here, let's see if I can find him in time. I had a picture of him somewhere. Just think of any chef that you've ever seen on like a pizza box. And you've got it in your head as like the general vibes. Like, So I want you all to think of this guy right here. So this, but like anime it up, right? Sexy it up a little bit. We're also going for let me see if I can find this. Yeah, what if I just screenshot it? Pinterest, and y'all just dealt with it. We're also going for something like this. So, be gone. Now! Be gone. Yes, there we go. So, like, we're going to combine that plus this. That's what we're going for. Now, a meatball guy with a pasta wig is actually not the worst idea. It will be awesome. Here's the thing, though. I'm not that good of an artist, as you're about to find out. Or maybe you've already sussed out that I'm not very good at drawing. So I'm going to need to be able to hire someone to draw it. And then I will probably hire someone to rig it. And it depends on how the audience feels about it afterwards. Because there's also the chance where everyone's going to be like, no, go back to the pasta bowl. And I'll be like, I spent all this money. But, Drink water if you haven't drank water. But yeah. So, now that we've covered the booba aspect, no, I will not be doing a large, well-endowed anime girl pasta version. I mean, maybe in the future. I don't know. But for right now, we're not going to do any of that. We are going to just stick with a goofy little pasta boy. And eventually, and I'm glad that I've kind of made Sundays like the chill drawing stream because I have a lot of drawing to do. I'm going to have a bunch of friends join me, and I want them to have little PNG tuber models. Thank you, Jellyfish. I appreciate that. By the way, Jellyfish, I just saw that you had your first time chat. Welcome to the stream. I should have a greeting for people. Because I've got like pasta lasagna, which is like hasta lasagna. Hasta lasagna. Hasta mañana. But that doesn't work for like greeting people. Because we've got ciao, buongiorno, buonasera, which is buonasera is this like good night. Hola. I don't know. Somebody come up with a good like welcome pasta pun. I can't right now. So what we're doing right now is we're making the starting now screen. So starting soon. So, JD, that one day when Twitch allowed artistic nudity was crazy though. VTuber VTube. Really? I never heard of that. Nice to meet you. That's a good one. That's a good one. I saw your interview on Joe's stream, so I've been excited to catch up one of yours. Nice! It's very good to see you. It's actually good to hear that I'm actually entertaining enough. It's weird because, like, I have this... I've never really had this, like, I was built for this sort of thing. But I was definitely built to entertain people. That I thoroughly believe. Whether I'm built to actually sustain a career off of that is a different story. The skill here is talking and making people laugh, or at least mildly entertained. The hard part's going to be literally everything else: learning how to draw, learning anatomy and drawing, learning how to use a Wacom, learning how to use Clip Studio, learning how to use OBS and dual streaming, learning how to stream. We've got so many. That is fascinating. Good for them. I mean, whatever. Yeah, I won't be doing any sexy streams. I apologize. I'm not. You're at the wrong place. If that's what you're here for. Okay, so this is our starting soon screen, and what it's actually going to say is like getting the pot to boil. So let's just have it say that, just for proper vibes. Also, when I watch VTubers, because I've been watching so much over the past couple of months, I don't actually even watch them all that often. I just have them on the background, mostly because I find a lot of them very entertaining. And like what I look for in a VTuber, is an entertaining like personality. But when I'm doing like research on how to do VTuber stuff, if you want to know how to do like what a Jesus Christ, come on, man. Hold on one second. I gotta focus. To a rolling boil. Yeah, I really don't want Twitch and YouTube to be the place where all that happens. I have no problem with nudity. I have no problem with, like, and especially this is a stream that supports sex workers. Like, if you are doing sex work, you should be allowed to do that in a safe environment and make money off of that without being harassed by your lawmakers, the people in your live, and your chat people. You should be able to do that. But, like, I like how we have areas for that. Like, there's YouTube, there's Twitch, there's OnlyFans, there's Subscribestar, there's a bunch of other places where you can go and do that. What I am upset by mostly is just how, like, horrible the advertisers are on here. Like, just how much they can control what is allowed on here and, like, what is nudity. Those sort of things. But we're not going to talk about that right now. Completely forgot what I was going on about. Yeah, so I'm getting started. Okay. So the basic layout here is going to be, this is going to be our intro screen. And this stove, finally getting around to the stove, is, I'm going to have a pot here that is beginning to boil, and I'll probably have some, like, pasta limbs hanging out of it as it gets to boil, like I'm, like, chilling in a hot tub. And then here I'd like to make this clock bigger and have it be the countdown. If I can learn how to animate it, have it be the countdown for like 5 minutes. But yeah, we have a little fire going under here. Maybe some garlic bread. Let's make some garlic bread. Garlic bread. Here. Some bacon here, and then because the friend that's probably going to be joining me the most on here is going to be my friend Cha, and Cha has a bit of a goblin sona that follows her through every D&D campaign that we always play, and that goblin is Scram. And Scram is going to be, if Cha is on, then this trash can is going to be like a PNG tuber, kind of. Maybe a little more advanced than that. Where basically whenever she talks, it's going to pop open. So it's gonna look like, not like it's off the air, but like, or it's not gonna be up in the air, but like the lid will open. Let's do it right. And then there's going to be this little tiny goblin inside the trash can here. It's going to have 2 little eyes. And occasionally, so whenever she talks, the goblin's going to pop out of the trash can. And when it's passive, this lid is going to pop off, like whenever she's not talking. Occasionally, the lid's going to fly up. And trash and stuff is going to fly out of it. And if I ever do bits or anything for, like, Twitch donations, then maybe bits will be what's flying out of here, but it's just going to be the goblin throwing trash out. But for the most part, whoops, I didn't mean it. But for right now, like, what we're going to do is this is just a picture of a kitchen. Nothing more, nothing less. And because we're bougie, we're going to have some nice, as I've said before, I used to work at Williams-Sonoma, and my entire family is a cooking family. We're going to have kitchen utensils up here. So, like, we're going to have a cutting board. Here. We're going to have a knife block here. Let's turn this down a little bit. By the way, if anyone's ever interested in streaming, you should do it, because I'm actually getting stuff done for the stream on stream, thereby satisfying the terms of being a streamer. So like a knife block here, and then we're gonna have a bunch of like a tall thing that holds all of the our little, like, accessories. What's the word I'm looking for? Like our slotted spoon and our whatever that is. We're just going to pretend like this is a very valuable kitchen instrument. That's a slotted spoon, baby. That's a slotted spoon, baby. That's how we do it. And then we have... So I've gotten into an argument with a friend of mine several times about what this fucking thing is. So, like, I call this a spatula. It's what you use to, like, flip an egg or burgers. However... So let's doodle this out properly. Long and thin with little lines through it. Now, this I consider to be a spatula. A spatula, if you will, as it's pronounced in ancient Mandarin. Spatula. Spatula? Is that how you spell spatula? Did I just spell spatula really wrong? I was wrong on the internet, and somebody in the chat is going to correct me. Is it just S-P-A-T? Brent. Not helpful. Spatchy spatch. Yeah, it's spatula. You're right. Spatula. Okay. So, spatula. What actually, like what my friend argues for is a spatula is more shaped like this. And now, typically, is not made of metal like this spatula is. It is made of rubber. And you use this more in, like, baking. Like, you use a spatula to spread around frosting and stuff. Actually, there's no question that that is a spatula. Now, he insists that this is called a turner. I don't agree. I've never heard anyone call it a turner. However, we have come to a compromise. It is a flipper. I still call it a spatula. It's fine. But when I go over to his house and I ask him to pass me something, I ask him to pass me a flipper. But the argument carries on. A flip-flop. Okay, my program keeps seizing up and the music, like, did the glitch thing on purpose. And I was like, is everything just freezing up? Oh, God. We're good. What else goes on a kitchen counter? We could have a toaster oven. And a toaster. No, we need a Cuisinart. Damn, do we need a Cuisinart. Cuisinart in the chat. Now. Those are both spatulas to me. Flipper is a subcategory of spatula. I have not heard turner. Yeah, it's a weird argument for him to make, but I get it. All right. So when I say Cuisinart, does everybody understand what I'm talking about? Because my culinary understanding of a lot of things is different from a lot of other people, because my mom was a pastry chef. And then she worked in several different kitchens. Which is a huge reason why every time I talk about, like, cooking and stuff, that inspiration comes from her. And inevitably someone's like, oh man, you should watch The Bear. You should watch this or that. And it's like, it's a show about a chef being abusive to all of the people working there. And I'm like, I can't, because every time I see that happen, I want to punch them. Big, pretty, colored mixing thing with glass bowl. Not glass, plastic, but close. And it's got the ultra deadly spinner thing. It's the original Slap Chop. It's Slap Chop if Slap Chop wasn't bad. It's not Pyrex, no. No, it's just plastic. Here, I'll find an image. My mom actually just got me a Cuisinart hand mixer that came with a Cuisinart attachment, and I'm so happy. You put someone with anger issues to teach what happens. Wait, I'm confused now. What are we talking about? Yo, Williams Sonoma. Man, sometimes Williams Sonoma is full of shit. And sometimes they come in clutch. Look at this. A 50th anniversary. Oh, this is perfect. We have to use this. This must be what dreams are made of. Why can't I shrink you, you piece of shit? No. There we go. Okay. All right. We'll figure out the relative sizes of everything later, but the Cuisinart goes here. Oh, here, let me show you all, like, I'll make this bigger so you all can see what a Cuisinart is. So this is a Cuisinart. If you need anything chopped to a Oh, you put someone with anger issues to teach that what happens. Yeah. The bear, the concept that like a chef needs to be a drill sergeant in a kitchen, a chef needs to be a very good air traffic controller. And you never see air traffic controllers screaming at other younger air traffic controllers to do their job correctly. Because if they did, they'd be fired. The kitchen, especially in a very busy restaurant, is a high stress environment. It just is. Because you are dealing with a lot of things that need to land perfectly. You need to cook something long enough so that it's not unhealthy, but not too long so that it's not burnt. You need to coordinate when your sides are going to be ready with your main course, because everything needs to come out to a kind of an even temperature. You can't leave things under lights for too long because they'll overcook. So that whole nightmare comes down to basically having one person, the chef, coordinate everyone else. Those people sometimes turns out to be like drill sergeants and scream abuse at people. And when you scream abuse at someone, you're being abusive. Fuck that person. However, I understand that, it's a show and that like there is a massive character arc for everyone. So maybe I'll have the courage to do it, watch it one day. But every time that happens, I just think of my mom. And I'm just like, man, if somebody ever talked to my mom like that in front of me, there'd be prison involved. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I can get away with it. He called my mother names, Your Honor. And then the judge would be like, okay, well, thank you for confessing to the crimes. You did commit assault. Your reasoning was not found to be okay. So you're going to go to prison for a little while or pay a fine. I don't have any money. Like I said, I don't have any money, but I do have a PayPal account. Did anybody rich come in here yet? Fuck, God, look at the Cuisinart. It's like got the weird, clear, brown plastic. Like, it's so classy. I can't get over how good this looks. What was 50 years ago was, hold on, 2000. Okay. 1975? 75. Yeah. 75. Okay. Yeah, 1975. Okay, so we're post. When did the Cold War, end? I know there really was an official ending, but, anyways, this type of plastic, it's bad. It's bad plastic. I'm sure this is better grade stuff than the old stuff, but, still, just... Oh, it's the 50th anniversary of Jaws! Yeah! Oh, God, Jaws is amazing. If y'all haven't seen Jaws, go watch Jaws. If you have seen Jaws, go watch Jaws with Riff Tracks, the Mystery Science Theater 3000 guys. Because you will pee yourself laughing. It is so funny. Fall of Berlin Wall. Anybody got Fall of Berlin Wall? 1989. So, wow, you're still... I think, yeah, we're still in the Cold War. So this is the 50th anniversary of the Cuisinart. Actually, hold on. I just looked this up, so I don't even know if this is even... Go, open it. No, you. Open the thing. Open link in new tab. I'm gonna be heartbroken if it's $370 for a 2-function. Oh no, hold on. No, it comes with more. It comes with pulse. It comes with a bunch of attachments. Okay, so that's okay. I was about to be very mad. $370 for a Cuisinart with, let's see here, the blades. Comes with a 4mm slicing disc, medium shredding disc, chopping, mixing, dough blade, spatula, and recipes. Okay. That's still a lot of money. It is After all, Williams-Sonoma. But I can see why if I had the money, I'd buy it, like, in a heartbeat. There's just something I like that kind of classic aesthetic, which is why we're doing vintage stuff. But yeah, this is going to be our layout. Cuisinart is good. Absolutely. If you do a lot of cooking, especially if you do a lot of baking, I highly recommend the Cuisinart. Okay, so this channel, this music channel isn't so bad. It's chill vibes enough. Okay, so there's anything else missing on this countertop? So we've got a cutting board, and we're gonna put like some onions and some carrots and some other shaped stuff. That's gonna be like chopped up. So we'll do some like vegetable anatomy stream later. Have this all lined up. Anything else anyone recommend that could go on the countertop? Also, folks, I understand, saving money and not buying like a really expensive, like a $370 Cuisinart. That's absurd. You don't need it to start cooking. What I do highly recommend is that your pots and pans and your chef's knife is quality. Again, you don't have to spend a bunch of money. And I've been thinking about doing gear streams where like we just review gear for certain things, like outdoor gear, because I have a lot of experience with that. We look at swords and like medieval fencing gear, because again, I have more experience with that. But we could also do a kitchen gear stream where if you want to like get decent stuff. I still roll with my Faberware 8-inch knife that I got at Walmart in college. So here's the thing about that. The knife, and the thing that I realized about this more is that like a kitchen knife doesn't need to be super durable. I use mine for a lot of different things, like crushing garlic. Like I palm down hard on the blade. That needs to be durable, but I keep it well maintained and I treat it with a lot of respect. I don't know what's happening with the flashlights and the Lightborn, but yeah, I keep all my stuff maintained. The chef's knife doesn't actually need to be fancy. If you get a chef's knife with softer steel, then you're going to be sharpening it more often, but it's going to be easier to sharpen. If you get something with a really hard steel, you're going to have a sharper blade for longer, but it's going to be a little harder to sharpen. I have a harder steel blade. I have no problem. I enjoy sharpening my knives, so. But yeah, you don't need a lot of fancy cookware, but some of the stuff, like your pots, your pans, should be a little bit thicker because it could legitimately save your life or your house, like it did with me. I will tell you all the story about my house burning down twice. Almost burning down, I should say, twice later. But for right now, we have to focus on this. We're going to start a new layer and a new folder of in the... Okay, whatever song this is needs to go. By the knife, the Chinese man was advertising chopping bones on the street. You could. However, if you are getting a knife that is going to like help you out in nature, please talk to me first. Don't get something cheap. Don't buy Gerber. Don't buy Gerber for your knives. The baby food or the knife company. Yeah, I don't know who you are, but you need to go. No, not you either. Good enough. That said, I've used my buddy's Shun knife. Oh my god. Okay, so the Shun knives are Japanese steel knives, and unsurprisingly, the Japanese make some pretty good knives. Who knew? We will also have the discussion about katanas versus, like, Japanese steel versus European steel another time. There will be no shit talking either of them in my stream. We respect each other's different types of blades and the reasons and how they were made. But the shun knives are so light. They feel so good. And I cut a tomato by just placing the blade on it with my finger and thumb, and then gently pulled, and it just sliced through the whole thing. Butter doesn't describe it. It simply does not. Oh God, it was so good. It was so good. Let's see here. Let's do that. But yeah, shun knives are super expensive. But they are entirely worth it. And a chef's knife is definitely something that you can buy once, cry once, as the saying goes. Cut across here, come down to there. Yeah. And then we're gonna do some leggies. This is all just rough sketch for now. We're gonna spice this up later, but I just want to get a rough sketch of this so I can freehand it later. Why did I make it the same color red when I'm trying to, like, draw? But yeah, but if you're going out in the wilderness, don't mess around. Get a good knife. Good knife and good shoes. That's all I ask. Treat yourself. Deselect, select, copy, paste. Put you there. Why did you grab the bottom part? Très bizarre. That's okay though. Actually, no, it's not. Why are we settling for that? Oh, I did tell you there's a newish sock company. You did, yeah. I intend to order from them soon. This is a gear stream most of the time. If people don't want to hear it, I'm sorry. That's just how it is. What on God's green earth am I doing? Pasta, relax. Huge part of learning how to do this is to continue to live by a mantra of slow down. I have a huge problem with going too fast and getting caught up and dealing with multiple things, and I'd like to be better at that. Tough Cutie? I've never heard of Tough Cutie. I've heard of Darn Tough. But yeah, anything that's merino wool is going to be good. What do you mean there's no? What are you talking about? No. Copy that. Grab that. Move this. To Schmear. Excellent. All right. And that'll do for now. Cancel. Here. Yeah, good socks, good shoes, and a good knife will get you far in the woods. Please don't skimp on those things. Especially the socks. Cotton is rotten, folks. We're not a fan of cotton socks here. Punishable by banishment. Good enough. Good enough. We're gonna bump you up a little bit, and then boop. Whoop. Close gap. Tolerance. Opacity. Am I dumb? I think I'm dumb. Trace layer, merge with layer below, merge with layer below. Ba, merge with layer below. Bing bong. Okay. Cool. Ba. Oh, come on! Come on! I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy. There we go. I apologize if y'all are bothered by how uneven all this stuff is. We will fix it later. Right now, we're just trying to get a baseline. Okay, now we need to do the range. No, we need to do the things first. Perfect. Yes. Yeah, finding the appropriate calf socks is brutal. I've been trying to find some above calf socks for my size, which is big. Mostly for fencing. I find that anyone who does like tournament fencing or is a high level fencer typically wears plunderhosen with tall socks. And I want to be one of those people one day. One day. What was I doing? Shoot, dang. Bother. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this. Swoop. Pop. Boop. Smartwool's really good. They were bought out by some company a while ago, and they went downhill in quality a little bit. They're still good, but then just I miss all the old stuff. I miss when Chaco wasn't bought out by whoever bought them out. Chaco used to be like just the top notch, and now it's all Tiva. Like if you're going with main brand, there are a few other ones out there that are pretty good, but. Yeah, if you're looking for sandals, Tiva or Bedrock, I think is the other one. Yeah, honestly, that's how you should be shopping for socks. Try them on, see how they feel. If you don't like them, try the other one. Also, if you ever like work on your feet for longer than a few hours, if you work on your feet for 8 hours, do yourself a favor. Bring a fresh pair of socks. At the middle of the day, change your socks. It will change your fucking life. I'm a huge fan of that. All right. Okay. Most important and still use packs of ice. Yup. Change your socks. Yeah, do it. Yeah, con floor is convention floor for 3 hours is harder on feet than like backpacking for 8 is. I will stand by this. Hard concrete floors were not built for human feet. It might seem like that. It's not. We were not meant to walk on stuff like that for that long. Or we were, but we don't have the same like strength because we're not walking everywhere now, or for as long. I like this stainless look right here. So what we're gonna do is just do a little boop. Oh, this right here is going to be perfect for a little Postability like logo. What would that look like? Let's do that now. And again, we go back to my favorite tool, the calligraphy pen. Brush size, opacity. Yeah. And we'll do a gray. We can do better than that. So something along those lines. All right. Whimsical Chill Hop, you're not cutting it right now. Something a little more aggressive. Forgive me, y'all. This'll work. This will do. Okay, let's try this again. We're gonna make it more swoopy. Bam. All right, grid. Now we can actually draw kind of normal, maybe. Let's see. P, A, S, Now, see, why am I doing that? Why, God, my childhood was just fraught with people trying to teach me how to write well. And it turns out that, like, a not inconsiderable amount of the improvement in my handwriting came from the fact that if you want to become a good graffiti artist, you need to study calligraphy. You need to understand the structure of letters in a way that a lot of people don't, which is why I find graffiti fascinating. Don't do graffiti, kids. That's illegal. Anyways. We're not going to fret over these letters too much, because I know I will. Man, that's not cutting it. How do we make this flourish? Can we... Nope, that ain't it. Something like that, maybe? We want a through line. But this Y is not giving it to us. Yeah, so I basically, when at my old job, I didn't have a whole lot to do a lot of times, especially after COVID. I was sitting in an empty room, kind of waiting for something to do. And so I just started drawing and writing and practicing the same letter over and over and over again until eventually I got it. What if I do this? Hold on, let's see what happens if I do this. Shoop. I'm cranking the stabilization. Yeah, that's not doing it. We're gonna take one more run at it, and then we'll continue on the stove. These gotta go. Let's do a different color too. Let's do purple, and our angle is gonna be different too. Hold on, I need to grab one of my chisel tip pens and see which angle I actually prefer. Oh no, it is this one. Okay, yeah. Okay. Boy, I hope you all came here for someone trying to do basic writing. See, we're losing it now. Now we've lost it. It's gone. Ugh. Gotta get the shakes out. You may be surprised by how many streams I watch involving handwriting and watching ink dry. Yeah, the calligraphy stuff is really interesting. Like just the ink reviews. Let's try this. Okay, we're gonna go. So we'll make a box. So we'll make a box. Here, come back. A S. Another thing that I've been considering, man, you know what? I think it might be time to give up on this because I'm starting to get agitated. See, now I started thinking about it too much. The tone of my streams, I have a feeling, are going to change a lot for people's tastes. like, you know, on Wednesday, we will be doing the Hellympics, which is the Helldivers Olympics, the first annual Helldivers Olympics. Brought to you by Freedom, Democracy, and 5 Votes, Burgers and Floats. We appreciate the freedom given to us by our corporate sponsors to do the first ever Helldivers Olympics. We have a bunch of games set up where our competitors will be showing their skills as fighters, athletes, and cannon fodder. Let's all take a drink of water right now. And a breath. And relax. Because we're starting to get a little hype. And by we, I mean me. What were we talking about? Ah, yes, the Olympics. The events. I've been thinking about as many events as I possibly can. Pasta bitty. That's what I was looking for. Okay. It's like, how did I start with the P? And I did it like this. Yeah. Yeah, so the Olympics should be a really good a really fun time. Even if you don't like the Helldivers gameplay, we're not really going to be doing anything like aggressively. It's not going to be that. Should be a good time. Gonna have a bunch of my friends we're gonna be diving into like really easy areas and doing all of these fun little events. Meanwhile, everything on the map is gonna be trying to kill us anyway, so okay, so this can be our rough sketch for a logo. I'll do one later that might be a little bit nicer. This P needs fixing. But it'll be something like that, and we'll put it here. So right now we'll just have that as our marker for it. So yeah, the tone of the stream is going to change pretty wildly from thing to thing. So like a nice chill drawing stream to a bunch of my friends screaming obscenities at each other. I almost said slurs. That's not this stream. That is not the streamer that you have come to for entertainment, I assure you. No! It's not what I wanted. What does zero tolerance look like? Doesn't look good. What? Still getting used to the Wacom, y'all. Eventually, I'm going to get my phytologist friend. For those who know, Drunk Phytologist, you'll understand why I'm doing this stream, but we're eventually going to have a tier list of plants. The criteria for the plants will be purely based on vibes. So that's going to be a fun one. And then, undo, thickness of the outer layer. Let's do a sharp ass corner. Vibes is the best way to tier plants. Absolutely. That's why we're doing it. And Phyto is a actual phytologist. Someone who studies plants. They are extremely intelligent. And so to have them, you know, debase themselves with a tier list like this is too funny not to do. 20. It's too big. There we go. So yeah, so we're going to be rating plants. Now, I will give you a little sneak preview of what I'm going to rate as S tier, which is the mangrove. The mangrove, you say, Pasta. Isn't that the weird tree that grows on the coast of oceans? And I say, you fool. Do you think that's all it does? I remember we were in Florida, or when I lived in Florida. Oh no, this is when I lived in Missouri, but I went down to the Keys for my with my school because we just had the opportunity to do it, and that was really awesome. Copy, move. Sorry, 1 second, y'all. I think I made 2 copies. Okay. And copy. That's okay. Yeah, we one of my cousins went down and kayaked in Florida for a while. Yeah, that's the place to do it. Yeah, we went down to the Keys, and the instructor was like, and this is the mangrove mud. Now, mangrove mud has a lot of types of bacteria in it that will make your scalp very itchy if you put the mud on your head. And it's like, why did you say that to a group of elementary school kids? Of course that's what we're going to do. So that's, of course, what we all did. We'll put it on our hair, and it itched, but it wasn't, like, as bad as I think he knew what he was doing by, like, telling us that. Because, like, of course that's what we're going to do. Yeah, mangroves are kind of my favorite. Now I wanted the eraser. Baby, darling, bubby. Give it to me now. Yes. I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit. Plus, like all this spiky brushes and stuff, or the spiky roots that come out are also pretty awesome. If you haven't had the pleasure and you are able to go down to Florida before it is completely underwater, go to the Everglades and see the true and absolute beauty of that place. And understand that without the Everglades and without mangroves and without coral, most of the southern United States would be underwater. It'd be very unbuildable, certainly. Because mangroves keep, like the swamps and stuff, keep a lot of the storm activity out. A lot of the waves that hit, like deforestation has devastated more homes than people realize. And it's a bummer because, like, the Everglades are beautiful, but people want to get rid of them. And everyone looks at them like, ew, gross, a swamp full of alligators and mosquitoes. Why would I want that? I want my beach. I want to go to Miami. It's like, fuck, then fucking don't come to Florida, man. You can go to a club anywhere. Like, leave that shit alone. But no, we must have our vacation spots. I won't rant about this for long, I promise. I got a soft spot in my heart for certain aspects of Florida. Florida man is an invasive species. And must be sprayed for. God, I remember getting sprayed for mosquitoes as a kid. Like by the trucks that had like the DEET inside. What is this song? I'm not digging it, y'all. I can see why someone was making this and like vibed to it hard, but sincerely hope you didn't just see what I opened up. Also, if you don't get a chance to see manatees, go see manatees. They are truly the most alien creature I've ever encountered before. Like, you look at them and you're just like, you're not from Earth. And the gators there are just vibes. The gators just see the manatees, these slow-moving creatures, and they're like, we're not going to bother them. Meanwhile, people from Florida are like, man, I love this speedboat through this really crystal clear, beautiful area. You know what would make this wilderness better? Loud motor sounds. Let's do it. Let's do it. Pasta gets very angry. That being said, fan boats are objectively cool. They're a cool thing, and I really like. I know it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do this in an action film because like fan boats are not conducive to gunfights, but I would love a proper fan boat chase. Give me that for a next. Like, give me a fan boat chase in the next John Wick. Also, please don't make another John Wick. Make something adjacent to John Wick, but please do not make another John Wick. We're good. We are all set on John Wicks. The wick is burnt out. Speaking of burnt out, the water that I have filled for myself is now gone. My timer for the chill stream for an hour and a half is also running out. So I sincerely hope that you will all join me tomorrow night for Mondays. Here, let's do this. I feel like there was something with a fanbo's chase. Maybe it was in the finder. I am not sure what the finder is. But yeah, a fanboat chase would be cool. So, Mondays. Demo. Mondays. 7CST. PM. So, I'll check it out. At 7 o'clock Central tomorrow, which is an hour and a half ago tomorrow, I'm going to start doing Mondays, which are demo Mondays. Every Monday, I'm going to try and find demos of games or like very short games that are free to play. And let's see what I have in the lineup. I've got so the games that I currently have that are demos are Project Silverfish, Hell Is Us, Dead as Disco, Escape from Duckov, Jump Ship, Creature Lab, Rogue Point, Megabonk, and Silly Polly Beast. I will definitely be playing Silly Polly Beast tomorrow because I've been looking at that game and saving it for this. Yo, JD, if you've got something, send it to me. Let them know that I am not an influencer, but I will play their stuff on stream. Unbeatable demo. Unbeatable I've already played, but I will play it again on Mondays because I think it deserves people's attention. If anybody has any demos that they think I should check out, please let me know. But yeah, that's going to be Mondays tomorrow at 7 CST. That's all I got for now, y'all. I really appreciate you all coming to stream. We're eventually going to finish this start stream, and then we're going to start screen, and then we're going to do a be right back screen, and then we're going to have an end screen. Jesus. And then we're going to have a schedule up, because I'm going to try and make this as consistent as possible. I don't care about shiny or pretty. Fun is what we care about here. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming. Let's see if I can do a fancy, cool fade out for the music and me. But I'm just going to turn my head away from the mic so that y'all, it sounds like I'm just like fading out with the music. But like, I'm like way over here now.